Missouri's 33 mercantile banks and the 3,400 people of Mercantile invite you to relive the excitement of the 1982 Missouri Tiger basketball season. The mercantile banks reflect the diversity of Missouri, rural and urban, big and small. Every day, the people of Mercantile bring their statewide resources to bear on meeting the customer's needs. Banking relationships are human relationships, and that's why we say at Mercantile Bank, we're with you. Now sit back and enjoy Missouri Tiger basketball, courtesy of Missouri's Mercantile Bank.
Right here. That's it. Now go screen. There it comes. Now you pick down, Mark.
It began in mid-October in an empty gym on the University of Missouri campus. Who could have envisioned that the quiet of the practice floor would evolve into a season of accomplishments with epic proportion? When the greatest of all Missouri seasons ended 5 months later at the Checker Dome in St. Louis, the diligence and dedication of this Tiger basketball team had left an indelible mark on the basketball world. 27 victories, an unprecedented third consecutive Big 8 conference title, a Big 8 tournament championship, a 2-week reign as the nation's #1 team, and a trip to the NCAA tournament.
We have 24 seconds left in the ball game. 42-41. Summers and Hill play catch with it with 17 seconds. Hill just holds up the basketball. Now they go into it with 13 seconds. Lance Hill off the right side to Summers. The ball is loose on the floor. Magley, the ball still loose, and it goes down. Finally picked up by Stepanovic with 2 seconds left. The Tigers win. The Tigers win. 42-41.
It was a season of excitement, a season of achievement, and a season of championship style.
Kansas State could be down by 1 if Adams makes this one. 31 seconds left. Here comes shot number 2. It's good. 57-56. John Sunvall with the ball in the backcourt. He's hounded by Livingston. Brings it up. Pulls up short of the timeline. Pivots. Passes down low. Stepanovic is open. He stuffs it in. A big bucket for Steeple. The Tigers remain unbeaten. 18-0. They stand at 7-0 in the Big 8 Conference. They're unblemished in their opening swing through the league this year.
Number 32, Ricky Brazier.
The challenge for this Missouri team coming into the season was great. No Big 8 team had ever won 3 consecutive conference championships, but on the night of February 16th, this bunch of Tigers became the first. A resounding 100-71 win over Iowa State put Mizzou on top.
Oklahoma City, number 15, Brent Bridges. Junior from Blue Springs, number 20, John Dunford.
Basketball is more than a 5-man game, according to Coach Norm Stewart. Winning takes depth, and the 1982 Tigers were deeper than ever. Mizzou's bench strength was never more evident than in this rout of the Cyclones. Every Tiger scored and contributed to a school record 73% shooting performance from the field. When it was all over, the Tigers were 3-time Big 8 champions.
We really feel proud about that accomplishment because it had never been achieved before in the Big 8 or Big 7. I think the last time that it had been achieved was called the Big 6, and it was 50 years ago. Quite an achievement for this young group of players.
Well, I think it's great. It's got to help recruiting. It's got to help the fan support. Since I came here, the fans gotten better every year. 3 Big 8 championships in a row hasn't been done in a long time, so it's a good feeling all the way around.
But a stiff non-conference schedule preceded Mizzou's road to the Big 8 crown. One of the first challenges for Mizzou came on an early December night in St. Louis against Illinois. It was the Tigers' first game outside the friendly confines of the Hearn Center, and it came against a traditional foe, one who had beaten Mizzou on that same Checker Dome floor a year before. Senior forward Ricky Frazier signaled that this would be one of his greatest years, scoring 27 against Illinois. A last-minute dunk by Ricky appeared to ice the victory, but no. A technical for grabbing the rim let the Illini tie the score, forcing an overtime. No problem, said Ricky, whose clutch free throws were the overtime key. And when defensive whiz Moon McCrary forced this traveling call, it was all over. Chalk one up for Mizzou. Missouri posted a 74-20 record during Ricky Frazier's 3 years in the black and gold. The best 3-year record in Mizzou history, the Ricky Frazier era, if you will. And not coincidentally, Frazier became the greatest scorer in Tiger annals, eclipsing John Brown's point total. Ricky Frazier's effortless style was unforgettable. Those silky smooth moves in the lane. The powerful one-step leaps, which propelled him over the biggest opponents. And an instinctive shooting touch, as quiet and soft as a dewdrop falling from a rose petal. Ricky Frazier performed his best against the best and was duly rewarded. Big 8 Player of the Year, District Player of the Year, and All-American. Ricky Frazier in 1982 became the most decorated Tiger since Willie Smith in 1976.
We had a very tough and demanding schedule. We had a number of key games on the road. We played Illinois and St. Louis. We played Louisville and St. Louis. We also went to L.A. and played Alabama, Birmingham, and Southern Cal, which was on Southern Cal's home floor. We won all of these games. We beat Notre Dame in Kansas City.
7 of Missouri's regular season opponents made the NCAA tournament, and the Tigers beat 6 of them. 3 foes made the Final Four, including Louisville, a team Missouri met in a dramatic game in St. Louis before the largest crowd in school history. Playing their second game in less than 2 days, the travel-weary Tigers spotted the Cardinals an early lead. Mizzou had won the night before in Nebraska on a dramatic last-second shot. But not even those heroics could match the excitement of the Louisville contest. With a national TV audience looking on, the Tigers stormed back to take the lead. It was reserve Michael Walker who applied the killing blow in this game. Walker's 4 driving baskets in the final 5 minutes of the first half ignited the crowd, deflated the Cardinals, and gave Mizzou a commanding 14-point halftime lead.
When I got in the game, I just tried to make the shot that was there for me. And I kind of got in the flow in the last 5 minutes, and things just went my way.
Being number one can put the pressure on a team, but John Sunvold says he likes it.
It's great, it really is. It makes you play better, makes you play harder. When you go on the road, you're playing in front of packed houses, which makes the team rather fired up to play.
Calm, cool, businesslike, John Sunvold personified the 1982 Missouri Tigers. Whether he was launching one of those net-seeking missiles from long range, sinking one of his automatic free throws, or making a crisp pass inside, Sunvold was up to any assignment. For the second straight season, the junior guard led Mizzou in minutes played, with a mistake rate that was astonishingly low. Southern California coach Stan Morrison called Sunvold an Einstein on sneakers. The Big 8 basketball writers called him all-conference. Tiger hoop hysteria. It reached new heights in 1982.
Last year it was football, but this year it's basketball.
Yeah.
Packed houses were the rule at the Hearn Center, and Mizzou basketball tickets were as coveted as Ricky Frazier's dunks. Black and gold became the fashion rage as the Tigers stretched their home court winning streak to 29 games, and the Hearn Center turnstiles counted record crowds. Mizzou fans in all corners of Missouri and across the country followed the Tigers on television, and the largest ever Mizzou basketball radio network carried the games across the state. With athletic director Dave Hart leading a cheer, it was pep rally pandemonium. And at the center of excitement, United Press International's Coach of the Year, Norm Stewart.
Oh, they love him. We were out at dinner one night, and we saw Norm Stewart. He walked in, and everyone just stood up and applauded. Of course, that was the night that we were ranked number one. We just won the big game that day, and so, oh, everybody just loves him.
The 1982 Tigers bore the mark of Stewart. Unselfish team play, with each man filling his role. Disciplined on offense, aggressive on defense. A Norm Stewart squad is more than a collection of individuals. It is a team.
You know, if ball's on the floor, he wants you after it. Defense is always man-to-man, and, you know, it's a tough style, but it's really enjoyable once you master it.
For Norm Stewart, the 81-82 season was more than a professional triumph. It was a personal triumph for a coach who personifies Missouri basketball. Norm Stewart's basketball career began at Shelbyville High School in northeast Missouri. He went on to win All-American honors as a player at Mizzou and returned years later to become the winningest basketball coach in Mizzou history. Mizzou's 27-4 record in 1982 boosted Stewart to 7th place on the roster of winningest active coaches. Norm Stewart instills pride in his teams, pride and a sense of individual responsibility for every action on the court. Mizzou is one of the few teams in America which plays man-to-man defense exclusively. And in 1982, the Tigers played the D very well indeed. Mizzou's points against average was 59, the lowest in 30 years. Exemplifying Mizzou's defensive prowess, number 22, Marvin Moon McCrary, the overachieving forward who became a favorite of Tiger fans. At only 6'4", he was Mizzou's power forward, a job normally filled by a player of grander physical proportions. But McCrary moved with strength, speed, and savvy in the land of the Giants. And let it be known that this defensive whiz also led the Big 8 Conference in field goal percentage, knocking down 64% of his shots. Few teams achieve greatness without a domineering big man in the middle. At Mizzou, that man is Steve Stepanovich. In Steeple, Mizzou found a complete player whose defense, passing, and rebounding are just as important as his scoring to the total team effort.
Steve Stepanovich, a ball player that is a big guy, came here with a great national reputation, has meant a lot to Missouri and to Missouri basketball. Does so many things well, even though he is a big man, he is a complete player. When you start with a basketball team, you're looking for a big player on the inside, because that is the player who dominates or controls a lot of attention by the other teams, and Steve certainly gives us that. He's an unselfish individual. He's happy if our team wins.
Not surprisingly, this team player's fondest recollection of the year is one of team achievement.
Well, I think a challenge that we accepted. We lost our first game to Nebraska when the team was down. And we came back and won 3 games in a row against Kansas and Oklahoma State. And I think that really said a lot for our team, and that's something that we're proud of.
Steve Stepanovich excels in the classroom as well as in the gymnasium. As the winner of Mizzou's George Edwards Award for combining athletic ability, academics, and citizenship, Steve bespeaks Mizzou's commitment to the total development of the student athlete. The Academic Counseling Unit of Mizzou's athletic department, under the direction of Dr. Lynn Lashbrook, carefully monitors each athlete's course of study and charts a path to graduation. As the home of 2 private colleges as well as the University of Missouri, Columbia is known as College Town, USA. For the students, it's the best of both worlds, a community that's small enough to be personable, but big enough to be diversified and exciting.
The people here are really friendly. When I came up when I was a freshman, they were really friendly and just like a family.
For the athlete, facilities at Mizzou are second to none. The 10-year-old Hearns Center seats more than 12,000 for basketball. Hearns sports a new hardwood playing floor and a new animated scoreboard. Also new is the Tiger weight training facility. Under the direction of trainer Bud Epps, Tiger basketball players undertake off-season weight training programs and injury-reducing in-season maintenance programs.
And they got to clear out. There he goes. Nobody took the charge.
No. over there did a good job of turning it down.
Norm Stewart has a problem with his coaching staff, but it's a problem most head coaches would envy. The staff's reputation is so good that in each of the last 2 years, Stewart has lost his top assistant to a major college head coaching job.
Inside on the screen.
It takes a lot of hours and a lot of preparation to coach at Missouri, but it's the kind of work that pays off in the end. For the 1982 Tigers, the payoff came at Kemper Arena in Kansas City in the championship game of the Big 8 tournament. Oklahoma came loaded for bear, having stunned Kansas State with a fast-paced offensive show in the semifinals. But Mizzou's guns were loaded too. John Sunvold fired in 6 straight baskets, and the Tigers were on their way. The Sooners kept it close, but with Ricky Frazier scoring at will, and with Prince Bridges shutting down Sooners ace Chucky Barnett, it had to be the Tigers' night. As the injured Moon McCrary looked on from the bench, Mizzou locked up its first Big 8 tournament crown in 4 years, thus completing the sweep of Big 8 basketball honors. It was the climax of Mizzou's greatest year, a year Coach Norm Stewart summed up for his players like this.
You did a great job as a group. You won more games than any team in the history of the university. And everything isn't based on just winning games. But I thought the way you went about it was in the most magnificent fashion. You won more games than anybody's won in this conference for 30 years. You lost fewer than anybody in the modern history of Missouri University. You won the conference for the 3rd time in a row. No team has been able to achieve that. You did a great job in winning the postseason tournament. You brought a #1 ranking to a university. You brought it at a time when recognition is important for everyone that's associated with the state of Missouri and to the university. And I, again, congratulate you, and not only for doing it, but the manner in which you went about it. And to me, your class, and I congratulate you.
For the very best and most useful banking service, Missourians turn to the mercantile banks. From major corporations to small businesses and farms to personal financial service, the people of Mercantile have what it takes to meet your banking needs. On behalf of the 33 mercantile banks and the 3,400 people of Mercantile, thank you for watching, and remember, at Mercantile Bank, we're with you.